Yo, what's up guys, it's Saintsfan. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Mailbox. If you guys don't know by now, this is a series I do every Monday where you guys ask me questions about GTA or gaming in general and I give you guys my answers. If you want to ask a question for next week's episode, let me know in the comments. Anyway, starting with the first question from edub on Twitter, and the reason I'm answering this just because there were so many comments and stuff about this. So how do you feel that there wasn't a Valentines Day DLC? Do you think the new how do you think the new players feel about this? That's actually something I never really considered, how like the new guys who came after Valentine's Day, and even the new people on the next gen console, you know, a lot of people that had it back in the day or have the Roosevelt or the Tommy gun, like it's special. And, you know, to the people who have them, in a sense of they want to feel like the car or the gun is rare, you know, I would assume most people don't want or didn't want this to happen again. Just because it is a little bit more special that, you know, if they're not going to redo it, then yeah, you have that in your garage and nobody else can get it. Like, that's pretty cool. It's a cool feeling to have. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, for the new players, and if you guys are new, let me know in the comment section how you felt, because I'm sure it was pretty disappointing to find out you can't get the Roosevelt or the Tommy gun again, and all the clothes, and that's kind of one of the things I wanted. I wanted the masks again, just because I never bought them last year, but I guess we're never gonna get those DLC, or those items back. But how do I feel about it? I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Like I said, I was just hoping for the masks so I could do some pretty cool outfits for Fashion Friday. I mean, I'm disappointed that there hasn't been anything DLC wise or new content wise in GTA over the past couple months, you know, besides the whole snow stuff. But that was a limited time thing that didn't last after we bought it, so I mean, it was, you know, it's not like we could still play with that stuff. But yeah, it really doesn't matter to me. And again, as long as heists come out and they're like phenomenal, I think a lot of people won't really care. Moving on to the next question though, from Adrian. He says, do you think GTA Online will die a few weeks after heists? No, I actually don't. You know, I really do think, from what we've seen so far, heists look pretty good. You know, I definitely think this is going to be the main thing people do for the next couple of months. You know, just because there's so many different ways you can play them, according to, you know, the article that they talked about it in. So I really don't. And plus all the new stuff, now granted this is a big if, you know, if that comes to free mode, then obviously that's gonna make that a lot better. It's gonna make it feel newer, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna die out a few weeks. Next question from the fancy Sir James. He says, do you think we'll be able to buy Cargobobs again with the Heist DLC and open the back of the Cargobob and Titan? You know, it's funny you ask this, because this is something that I never realized until I started playing the Xbox One. You know, because on my PS4, I did the glitch way back in the day where you could buy the Cargobob, and like, you don't even realize how many times I've used it in free mode. You know, you can use it in missions and stuff, and I think that's the reason why it's not in the game, just because on a lot of the missions, it makes them super, super easy. But I mean, like, there's so many things you could do with the Cargobob, so many fun things that, you know, we did and that we do in free mode. But when I went to go play on the Xbox One, I don't have it, and I was like, we were trying to steal a tank from the military base on stream. And I realized that I didn't have it and we couldn't do that, so it was kind of disappointing. I definitely would like Rockstar to see, and I don't see why we're, you know, not allowed to use a Cargobob in missions, because it's not like the missions give you a crazy amount of money. So, I mean, you know, if anything, you'll finish faster with the Cargobob, so you'll get less money, because that's how the algorithm or whatever works for the making money in missions. So yeah, I hope they'll bring the Cargobob in the actual, like, online store with heists, as well as the Cargobob and the Titan opening. Now those, I think they actually patched those because there was something to do with, like, the mechanics or the physics of the game, and it just made stuff laggy. Like, if you had people in the back of your AC1 or the Titan, and you know, everything's moving around, you know, and then most of the time the stuff blows up, it just makes the game laggy from what I've heard. I don't know, like, how true that is, but I think that's the reason they closed it off. I definitely would hope they would open them back up again, because again, that's just something that, like, we had so much fun with in free mode. Like, that, you know, opening up the back of the Cargobob or the Titan, driving a motorcycle or something, you know, going to the top and then jumping out, like, that's pretty fun. So yeah, I definitely would like to see them do that. Moving on to the next question from Canal Torres, and she has a few questions. I'm going to answer number 2 and number 4. But number 2, how is Snipers versus Stunters a modded mission? The reason I think she's asking this is because I think we talked about on the Squadcast a couple weeks ago how Rockstar didn't really like modded missions. Like, they don't really, I guess, endorse them or something like that. And the reason we said it was a modded mission is just because you had to do some sort of glitch to get, like, the platforms up in midair, and and the same thing goes for, like, all the races and stuff that are in, like, the air or just floating. technically it's glitched. It's not really modded, but it's glitched, so that's why, you know, we just kind of combined the whole modded and glitched missions. Even though they're fun and like there's really nothing wrong with them, you know, I guess Rockstar sees them or doesn't really like them that much. And then number 4, do you think it'd be cool to have new tints, camos? Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things. I've said it before. There's so many different things Rockstar can do with cars or with guns. Like, I mean, maybe not guns so much, but cars definitely. Like with the window tints or like different rims. Like instead of having the money, like I said before, you can have like a cart, or you can just put different like shapes into like the money rim format and just have like, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, they did with the tire smoke, but that's about it. Like, there's no different color headlights. You know, that's something they could do. But yeah, I definitely hope they could do some sort of window tints, because again, more customization equals more fun and more stuff to do. And then finally, coming to the last question from Jimothy, he says, if there's one update you had to erase from existence, what GTA update would you get rid of? This is a tough question, and everybody in the comment section, I want to hear what update you would get rid of, but I would get rid of probably the Beach Bum DLC. I have a feeling a lot of people would get rid of that one. If not, though, and this one might be a little bit controversial, but I would probably get rid of the hipster one, just because I don't really use the cars that much, even though they were awesome. I don't really use the clothes that much either, even though there were a ton. And I can't remember which guns came with that, but all the other DLCs are something or had something that I still use, so probably one of those two. But let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. That has been it. Drop a like if you did, subscribe for more awesome GTA content, and as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.